Really? You're eating Doritos?
Hello and welcome to Media Academy Online. Or should I say welcome back to Media Academy Online? Yeah, we might have disappeared for like a year, but who's counting? Welcome back to another episode of TV Ad Creators React. Because I am super lazy, I actually just Googled top TV commercials in Google, and we've got this compilation here, which may or may have not have been the very first option when I searched. Anyway, with that said, if you're new to this channel and this is the first video seen, I have worked as a filmmaker for over 12 years now, and I've also spent 4 years working on large TV commercials here in Australia where I'm from, producing the whole commercial from beginning to end. Let's begin with this first video. So unfortunately, I can just hear how this pitch meeting went. Everyone loves dogs. We want to show how safe our tyres are, so we're going to have a dog be saved. I can see where they're going and why they thought this might be a good idea. They ran with this whole theme and then it cuts very harshly and to show how good the Bridgestone tyres are. But the problem is the tone just quickly changed, and we have to go from something that was sort of meant to be sort of like a little bit lighthearted, but yet we're feeling for this dog. And then it goes to something very serious and it kills the story straight away. So let's move on to the rest of them.
Contrex, mon partenaire minceur.
So they're basically pretending to be one of those stunts that they actually would set up in public and have people sort of interact with. These things exist, and when they're done well, they're done really well. For example, this one here.
It converts pedal power into pure energy. Now we're gonna see how many LED bulbs it can light up as compared to incandescent bulbs. And we'll get started with no other than our Trishaw extraordinaire uncle, Mr. Young. Ready? And go. The incandescent bulbs are flickering, they're not fully turned on. Let's ask more people.
These videos brings the public into this space to bring awareness to something. It might be a product or a cause or something like this. They work really well. And when they work really well, they can be effective to both the people taking place and the people watching it. However, this one is not that. This is staged galore. This would have been a lot better if this was real, that it was actually something they could actually do in public, off the street, random people off the street, and actually run through whatever it might be. Even if it's not to power this big giant CGI naked man, these bikes actually exist, and that's where the idea is from. I remember here in Melbourne they had it and people would jump on it, and it was powering, I think, a music show or something like that at the time. So they can be done, and that would have been a really cool way of actually doing this, is maybe having it light up, you know, some sort of stage show, or even just lighting up some text in with LED lights, but not to have this overly painted fake performance in it. Hey, it's fun, I get it, it's fun. I would have gone in a different direction, personally. This is clearly directed at women. Now, obviously not just the fact there's a man dancing around, it's more about the whole branding of the product. Apparently it's for a drink, I think. But it's clearly a drink that's directed towards the women, and that's why they went in the approach they did. However, it does fall apart because it's clearly staged. There's a crowd around it, but there's not really anyone else around there. But I'm sure this did really well for them, and it served its purpose to its audience. So good on them for that. Cool, let's move on.
And there's your beautiful baby.
Any day now.
Really? You're eating Doritos? He's eating Doritos on my ultrasound. Do you see what I have to do?
I know.
Give me that.
Now Doritos, they've got a habit of doing commercials like this, and that's sort of their direction, is they're fun and playful and everyone can have a laugh, and they're usually family orientated. This is obviously bordering on PG, but it's very funny. So any commercial that plays on our human traits, whether it might be, you know, laughing, or it might be shocking, or usually anything that isn't polarizing, and that's the important thing. Anything that isn't polarizing can have a lasting result, and people will remember that brand. It's not trying to be more than it is. It's pretty easy, simple, but it's funny. We get the idea. Let's move on to the next one. So now, we mentioned before about setting up these scenarios for people to go through, like we mentioned earlier on in the video. And this is a perfect example of this. Are these people going to see a movie? No, they're not. This is all speculation. I haven't looked into it, but from my own experience, how running a commercial like this would go is it would normally go something like this. We'll put out a casting call. We say, we need you to come and watch a movie. We won't be very descriptive about it. We'll just say you need to come and watch this movie. Before you need to do that, you need to fill out this waiver. It allows us to obviously film you, and we also need your phone number. We'll also make sure you have your phone on you. And when you receive a text, make sure you just quickly look at it. We're going to give you instructions in that text, or we're going to give you a prompt in that text. So make sure you look at that text. So they're not explaining exactly what's happening, but they're giving them prompts to tell the story that they're trying to tell and put across, which in that context works really well. Obviously, we're not giving away what's going on in the screen, so the reactions are real. You obviously could do this fake, but you won't get those reactions that you want to get. There's no reason to do it that way, so that's why I'm guessing this is done real. They will be brought in for this specifically. And as I said before, you want to work on the human emotion, and this does it really well. It's bringing you something shocking and powerful, And it's something that actually here in Australia, we've got a government organisation called the TAC, which is a special organisation, Traffic Accident Commission or something like that. If it's wrong, it's on the screen now. They're really good at creating these commercials here in Australia. It's something that we put a lot of money and time into, and they're always very shocking. I'd say we're probably world's best at creating these kind of commercials like this one here.
Out, she was hit at 32 kilometres per hour while analysing the car and these tyre marks. So he started braking here and first saw it when he was travelling at 65. Well, let's change one small thing. Now he's doing 60 when he sees it. And this time he hits her at only 5 kilometres per hour. She'd just have a bruised leg. And we'd never have been called to this incident.
Personally, I think they're very successful at what the message they're trying to convey, and that's trying to effectively scare people into being safe on the road. So obviously this is very set up, which they explained it from the beginning. Are they regular moviegoers? Probably not. But did they know this was going to happen? Probably not. So I think this works really well because of that, and it's trying to get that message across really well. Anyway, that'll do. I've skipped over a few. We don't have enough time for that. Before we finish here, if you know of any TV commercial that you'd like me to react to, make sure you leave it in the comments of this video, and I'll be sure to react to it in the next TV Ad Creators React episode. And if you like these videos, make sure you give this button a big fat thumbs up. I promise you we'll keep making more videos like this. We've had a big chat about new things for this channel. As I said, make sure if you know of any TV commercials, leave it in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.
Thanks for watching Media Academy Online. If you'd like to explore more of our content, click on this or click on that. Like and subscribe, thumbs up, ring bells, do a dance, sing a song, drink a hot cup of tea or coffee, and I'll see you in the next one.